By the way, modern Republicans remind me of old USSR elite, late USSR elite from late 70s and 80s. Those people, those elites, no more want to be responsible before the people. It means they get rid of socialist ideas in the country and all the other countries together, get rid of socialistic idea that representatives, that government officials, that government itself have to be responsible before the people, have to give the answers for the people, have to be responsible for their actions. And that's what today's Republican represent for me. Not liberals, but those people. Well, Republicans is the same liberals, but it's very complex. Republicans, Republican elites, let's say the part of the elite that Republicans is very good represented, they don't want to be responsible before the people. They don't want to share with people the goods, all the benefits of capitalism they creating, quote unquote. They don't want to share anymore. They don't want to be responsible for the people. They want to eliminate any kind of education. They won't promote any kind of conspiracy theories. They won't do as they want and be not responsible for any actions of their own, etc. Of course, the Democrats always did the same. I don't say they didn't, but at least as an illusion, Democrats want to keep the illusion of democracy, that people is the one who vote for the government officials, for the state representatives, for the government representatives in the U.S. Senate, sorry. And they want to keep this illusion that people is in control, when in reality they're not. The big sponsors is in charge, the rule. Corporations is ruling, who pay real salaries and bribes for politics and government officials. Anyone is in charge except people. The common people is not in charge. And the basic idea of Soviet Union was that even if it was illusional in late USSR, it was very illusional idea. But at least in words, and not only in words, but also people really, like literally, people could get together, came to some official of the party and say, what the fuck are you doing? And not only demand his resign, and that actually happened many times in USSR, that people was taken off their positions in the government, in the states posts, etc. So this situation happens, and officials always were responsible for the people, at least at paper, on the paper. But today, no matter what you do, you will be, I don't know, charged with something, then let go, free out of jail, because you want a boss. We wouldn't put you in a jail. We wouldn't take all of your capital, let's say. Only if you on the other side, the side of some people who want to eliminate current elite of the country and install the new, became, let's say, the new elites of the country. Of course, they are threatening the ruling elites, they are sort of threatening the ruling class. And the same thing today happened in the United States, because Republicans no more want to be even illusionally responsible for the people. The law must not exist. The people must be stupid as fuck. The people should believe only in conspiracy theories, and even basic science supposed to be denied, basic reality is supposed to be denied. It's all turning into fascism. Why? Why many liberals in the United States called Trump a Hitler? Because Trump represents that same ideology, that not people in charge of the country, but the capital in charge of the country, and therefore people will get nothing. People will go. It will be like in Germany of 1930s. The same idea would happen. The same things would happen. American Republican quote unquote Republican part of the elites no more want this. They think it's too little of profits. They want more and more and more monopolization of the market. It's an end stage of capitalism. It's imperialism, and imperialism today in full how to say it, on full speed is approaching to United States, and the democratic part still want to keep things as it were, as it worked for previous 50 or maybe 70 years. Well, with questions, of course, but it worked, and they want to keep things stable. No matter how many money need to be printed, it doesn't matter for them. All burdens will be still on the shoulders of the common people, because rich not gonna feel the inflation. Rich not going to feel inflation, no matter how many money you will print. But the people will, of course, feel the inflation. The value of the dollar they earn today is not the same as it was yesterday, and tomorrow it will be even less worth. So, but Republicans represent the other side, the extreme side of this ideology, of this idea. They want to be no more responsible for the people, and they don't want to eliminate any illusion of democracy, and then transfer to real, true fascism, which is extreme form of capitalism. This is what modern Republicans remind me of. The late USSR elites. By the way, most of them raised by liberal American, European branches of, well, let's put it this way. Many of people, including Gorbachev and his closest friends, maybe Yeltsin, I don't know about Yeltsin, but many of Gorbachev's friends, closest, and many of people who worked at destruction of Soviet economy and turning country in oil colony, let's say third world source colony, I don't know how to say it. All of them were studied or had some meetings in the West Germany, in some university or school or something along those lines. I don't remember correctly. I don't know if there is information in English about this, but they all represent the liberal American idea of how things supposed to work. They did all the things that modern Republicans want to made with USA. They want to turn country into pure fascism. Russia today is pure, well, almost pure fascism. In words, we saying that fascism bad, but in reality, the basic stages of fascism which is nationalism, consolidation of capital, cartelization, elimination of any kind of competition, all aspects, huge nationalization. It's not nationalization in form of making companies belong to government. It means that more and more nationalist propaganda in right-wing propaganda in Russia. And it was from the beginning, of course. The racism was on the rise, pure nationalism based on belief in God, churches all over the country, etc. So what I want to say is that modern Republicans represent everything that fascism is supposed to represent, and they represent worst of the worst. They keep people blind, they keep people stupid, they keep people indoctrinated, they keep people believe in lies, they showing people their enemies, like in Germany, the Jews, those illiterate, poorly educated and barbarian Eastern people should be eliminated. The same thing happened today in United States. The illegal immigrants, I don't know, fucking commies, which doesn't exist. The China, of course, the same thing happened in China today, I guess. I don't really know. But the Muslims were before, the Jews still used as enemy, as common enemy. So this is idea that you need to take in consideration, at least. The Republicans today represent the worst of the capitalism today. They trying to keep people blind, they keep trying to keep people stupid, indoctrinated, believing in conspiracy theories, etc., etc. And the end goal of this is to make people as far from each other as possible, make people hate others, other group of people, doesn't matter, it's Democrats, Chinese, Russians, or not, Jews, Muslims, etc. Absolutely doesn't matter who you're going to hate. The basic idea is you hate someone, so they sent you on the war, and you, without a question, would go there. So this is basic, and end of this would be total elimination of democratic principles, maybe even abolishing the constitution, super monopolization of corporations, maybe even they will destroy anti-monopolization pacts and create the government, the cartel agreements will be made, and etc. So this is very important to understand that your Republican elites, Republican quote unquote, it's not solely Republican, but Republicans is good representation of them. Your Republican quote unquote elites represent everything that destroyed USSR in 1980s. It wasn't the failure of socialism, it wasn't that people decide so, vice versa, people decide to keep USSR at referendum, but elites, anyway, despite of people's hopes and people's will, they decided to disseminate USSR anyway. Elites destroyed USSR, and after they destroyed economies of all the countries of ex-USSR, of ex-Warsaw Pact countries, etc. And all of it were done to be not responsible before the people, and the same, and Republicans trying to do the same today. The same in every country. Republican elite, it's not only American elite. The same shit happened in every capitalist country. Brazil, France, Germany, UK. Any country, name one and you will find neo-Nazis there. The basic principles of neo-fascism. Neo, it's only because it's today's fascism. Actually, it's the same fascism, same Nazism would be. Nothing, principles doesn't change, the same thing. Capital take over the country and no more responsible before the people, and people use as I don't know how to say it, as animals who sent on the wars for the interest of corporations, which was represented by USA all its modern history after World War II.